Habits are the invisible architecture of daily life. They determine how we think, feel, and behave, shaping our relationships, careers, and personal fulfillment. In this powerful speech, Tony Robbins emphasizes that if you want to change your life, you must first change your habits. Our habits are built by the choices we make repeatedly. Whether it's how we communicate, how we handle stress, or how we love, these patterns become automatic. Tony Robbins explains that the quality of our relationships is directly tied to the habits we bring into them. If your habit is to avoid conflict, bottle up emotions, or react aggressively, your relationships will reflect that. On the other hand, if your habit is to communicate openly, listen actively, and show appreciation, you'll foster connection and trust. Tony says that transformation begins with awareness. You must identify the habits that no longer serve you. What do you do every day that holds you back? Is it procrastination? Negative self-talk? Escaping into distractions? Change doesn't come from occasional inspiration, it comes from consistent action. According to Tony, the first step is to interrupt the pattern. For example, if you're used to shutting down during an argument, pause. Take a breath. Respond differently. Each time you choose a new response, you weaken the old habit and build a new one. Tony reminds us that identity plays a major role in changing habits. If you see yourself as someone who always fails in relationships, you'll unconsciously act in ways that prove it. But if you begin to see yourself as someone who is growing, capable, and worthy of love, your habits will shift to match that identity. Change the story you tell yourself. Habits are also emotional. We don't just eat junk food or binge social media for no reason. We're trying to meet an emotional need, comfort, escape, excitement. Tony says, if you can meet that need in a healthy way, you can replace the destructive habit. For instance, replace late night scrolling with journaling, meditation, or meaningful conversations. The power of rituals is another point Tony highlights. Rituals are just intentional habits. Morning routines, gratitude practices, regular check-ins with your partner, these shape your mindset and relationships. Small rituals done daily lead to massive results over time. Tony emphasizes the importance of standards. You must raise your standards to align with the life and relationships you desire. If you tolerate disrespect, neglect, or inconsistency, your life will reflect that. But if you set a standard of honesty, communication, and mutual support, you will attract and maintain healthier relationships. One of Tony's key insights is that success in relationships is not about finding the right person, it's about becoming the right person. Your habits reflect who you are becoming. If you want a loving, secure relationship, be someone who gives love, communicates openly, and grows through challenges. Tony also talks about emotional state and how it influences habits. When you're tired, stressed, or overwhelmed, you're more likely to fall into old, negative patterns. But when you manage your state, through movement, breathing, focus, you empower yourself to act differently. This is why Tony often incorporates physical energy and peak state into his seminars. Another important point is accountability. When you're trying to change a habit, involve someone you trust. Share your goal, ask for support, and commit to showing up. This reinforces the change and makes you more likely to succeed. Changing your habits requires patience. Tony warns against expecting overnight change. Habits are grooves in your brain, it takes repetition to carve new ones. But with commitment and belief, change is inevitable. In relationships, Tony advises creating habits of connection, daily appreciation, weekly quality time, honest conversations, and conflict resolution without blame. These aren't just nice ideas, they're essential practices for long-term love. He also addresses the habits we learn from childhood and past relationships. Many of us carry patterns that were modeled by parents or developed in response to pain. Healing means becoming conscious of these patterns and choosing to create something new. You are not your past. You can build new habits that reflect the person you want to be. Tony's philosophy is rooted in action. Reading a book or watching a video won't change your life, doing the work will. Start with one habit. Maybe it's expressing gratitude each morning or choosing a loving response during conflict. Small hinges swing big doors. Tony concludes that when you change your habits, you literally rewire your brain, reshape your emotions, and redirect your destiny. Don't underestimate the power of consistent, aligned behavior. So if your relationships feel strained, your confidence is low, or you feel stuck, look at your habits. They are the cause and the cure. Change them, and you'll change everything. The journey won't be easy, but it will be worth it. Your future self, and your future relationships, will thank you.